It has been far too long since I've done a video, and I am so sorry. We've been so busy in this household. Not only is it National Football League season, it is football season in all of our high schools, junior highs, and grade schools too. So, fall, yay. We had about a week of fall here, and now we're into winter. It's snowing today, October 4th. I thought I'd hop on and kind of show you guys what I've been working on recently, and it's really fun, and it's so simple, and it kind of ties along with some of the other things that I've done in just recent videos. Working on or with a ridge stitch so that all of the work has like a zigzag to it. I don't know if you can see that. Little mountains and valleys. Slouch hats. So it can be a slouch if I put a pom-pom on it, or could totally wrap the brim. So whatever you're into, this hat is your fella. So let's see, I did this one in blue. It's very slouchy. This one I did a little different. I only did ridges on the brim, but I still worked in vertical rows. And so these 5 stitches were in just the back loop. These were in both loops. And then up at the top I did 5 stitches each of just a slip stitch. So it actually tapered a little tighter, and you didn't get that gathered look up at the top. This one is one of my favorites. I love these colors. I'm noticing on this camera in this light, it looks like they're very hunting. They're not. They're very fall, beautiful gold tones. Let me see if I can change the color. Can't really tell, but I love this one. It's just so beautiful in real life. Those colors are looking so much brighter on this camera than they really are. It's funny. It's the light that I use. It's the spotlight. So all of those were worked with a vertical stitch, and the majority of them were worked just in the back loop, and that's what causes it to do that ridging. If you want to know what I'm talking about and you don't understand, then you probably didn't watch one of my past videos, because I've done it 2 or 3 times now. So tonight I just wanted to show I've been very into this chunky yarn. I got these 2 recently. This one is so fun. It's got lots of colors in it, and it's variegated. I might get 2 hats out of that one. This one is like the opposite version with black and the multicolored. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, kind of a slouch look that you can either roll the brim or whatever. They're working up really quickly, which is a bonus for me, because then I can have a good amount of stock for the craft fair on November 3rd. The only problem with that craft fair is I'm going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. John and I have planned for 4 years to go see, ow, our teams play each other. I just smacked my hand. He's a Carolina Panthers fan, and I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. I'm working on an Afghan for him still. I know that was something I started working on in one of my very first videos, so you can go back. It's all Panthers colors. I will have it done by the time we go. The game is in 31 days. I'm not drinking wine tonight. Apple cider, and I put a little bit of caramel BV in it, so still alcohol, not wine. Sorry. Just kind of wanted to show you what I did to create those hats. Looks like we're working with yellow first. We're going to work in rows. So starting with my slip knot and my size N, my 9mm, I'm going to chain, see, for that really long one I did 35. 2, 3, so this is 25. probably gonna go, I'm trying to go by the crown, the top of my head where the hat will sit. And that might fold nicely, but it does get a little tighter as it goes. I think I'm going to go to 35 with this one also. No, I'm going to go to 30 because I just did 25, sorry. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And since I'm working with single crochets, we'll do 31. Now we're going to turn, and I always work in the ridges. Not the braid because I like finished edges, but also when I get done, it's easier to do the slip stitch into. So we've got the back spine, that third loop of your chain, and that's what I'm going to work in. So skip the first one, and we're going to do 30 single crochets back across. This is super, super chunky yarn. This is homespun. Wait, let me double check. Wool Ease, thick and quick. This is Lion brand yarns. Wool Ease, thick and quick. That's what she said. I need to say that. So, done 30 single crochets. And now we're going to find our back loop, which is the loop closest to you in this video. And I'm going to go across. And I'm going to do this probably 4 times. One of the reasons that I have been absent is because I want to say the last video I was talking about how I was starting my shop. Oh man. And I have been at the shop for about a month. It was the beginning of September. And I have since started there we go. Wouldn't focus. I have started 2 separate beginning crochet classes. We're also going to be working on starting a crochet along, so I'd really like your input. Oh my goodness, girly girl. Look how it's fading into, it faded into orange here and now red. I really like your input on what we should do for the very first crochet along. I had someone suggest a mandala crochet square. Oh, this is totally comfy. Ow, ow. Sharp little claws in my rib cage. Feels wonderful. You're a mess. So, want to wear a hat? Hat. I bought some. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Pew-pew. Oh. Oh, yay. You're so big. Back to the mandala. We were going to, I don't know if you've seen them. If you haven't, you can search Pinterest or just Google it, but they make really beautiful, I don't know what people use them for, Afghans, wall hangings, but they're very intricate, have a lot of colors, and have a lot of stitching. So it might be more than a 4-week class if we do one of those mandalas. If not, one of the other options I tossed around was a shawl. And then besides that one, I was thinking about stripy Afghan with probably an end hook and some chunky yarn. It'll have a panel attached to one side that'll actually be a pocket. So you can tuck the Afghan into that pocket and then it becomes a pillow. And I just think that that would be so much fun because it would be like, it'd be a good gift for one of the sports kids, basketball, football, volleyball. Because then they could have a pillow and an Afghan for their bus rides to games. The only thing with that is it would be kind of simple and it probably wouldn't take 4 weeks. It might. But these classes will definitely be for more advanced crocheters, not my beginning crochet students. But once they've, you know, learned all the stitches, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do something like the Afghan. If I worked with that thick yarn and a thick hook, it might work up really fast because These are just single crochets, and we learned that in the very first lesson. So I think I'm going to do one more. So I was thinking I would do 4 ridges, but I think I'm going to do 3. So what I'm going to do on this one, I did 2 ridges. That's upside down, but there's a ridge and there's a ridge. On this one, instead of going all the way up, I'm going to go short by 5 single crochets, which is that. And I'm actually going to turn my row here. Okay, so here's how we're going to close this off. Since I went a little short here, I'm going to work the last single crochet. Hi, world. Hi, world. And then the stitch is kind of tall here, so there's really no way to describe it, and this isn't how they show you to do this. Normally you just skip it in the net. You would actually work your next single crochet down here, but sometimes that bunches this stitch kind of funny, and so I like to just kind of grab the edges of it and then work that last stitch through it. And instead of doing a single crochet, I just slip stitch. So I don't know, besides showing y'all how to do it, that's what I do. So what this does is it creates kind of like a little give. So the next rows will work along the same height. I'll do 2 more ridges. This is the start of one, and then there'll be another, and then I'll do another short row. Because this is the end that's going to end up cinched up like this one up at the top. Okay, there's actually a gap here. I could put a pom-pom on it, and I still might. I have a black furry pom-pom upstairs. It's actually like that charcoal color, and I'm thinking about buying a couple random colorful ones. This reminds me, this color here, this gold that I'm working with, reminds me of my grandma's creamed corn growing up. This is the same color as grandma's creamed corn. So hopefully I have enough to make a hat. I'm just winging it here. I haven't used this one in particular, so this is so fun. These colors are just beautiful. Look at that thing. Oh, you'll love it. So, anyways, we'll cut back next time to a video to show you how I cinch it up and add a pom-pom. But thanks for tuning in to me and Miss Mess here. Say bye-bye. We're going to go get a bed and watch a football game. Huh.